hiding from the light. Secrets buried in the coldest ground. We're digging deep where the truth is found. Daphne's case files, we're breaking the chain. Justice rising, no more pain. Evil's end, the final call. Behind the lies, we'll expose it all. Whispers echo in the darkened halls. Faint confessions on the paper walls. Every victim deserves their say. We're here to chase the night away. Daphne's case files, we're breaking the chain. Justice rising, no more pain. Evil's end, the final call. Behind the lies, we'll expose it all. Unseen crimes, they thought they'd won, but the fight for truth has just begun. Every clue, every trace, bringing evil face to face.
Welcome in, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Today is December 2nd, 2025. We are just 23 days away from Christmas, you guys. Can you believe it? And then we will be into 2026. Today, we will be going over Jack and Lily's case. Today, they have been missing for 7 months, guys. 7 months, too long. And I've been working this case since day one. We're going to dig deep today. And I have a guest. I have Shan with me, Shenanigans. And we're going to be going over the timeline and the documents. So I want to welcome Shenanigans in and welcome everybody else in. So hello, Shenanigans. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Yeah, she's got a
Anytime.
tea. I got my Sprite, Sprite Zero. I want to welcome everybody in. Hello, B in Florida. Thank you for joining. Kelly, thank you. Mildred, she's on your channel, but welcome in. Thank you. Angel Wings, Joyous, hello. Good to see you. Hope your tree is finally done for you. Run with Scissors, hello. Thank you so much. Countryside Wildflowers, hello. Peggy, hello, hello, hello. Crystal, hello. Seawood, good to see you. Good to see you. Everyone, Graham Tam, I'm going up. SLT Thomas, hello. And I know Al, aka Henry, was on the other chat. Hello to you. And hello. Everybody else, hello. Welcome in to Daphne's Case Files. Charmaine, hello. Good to see you, Peggy. Hello. So we are going to dig right in, right, Shan?
We sure are.
Mm-hmm.
We sure are. And Daphne's Case Files and I have been working on the timeline since darn near day one. We did a bit of an edit that makes it suitable for everyone. And basically what we've done is we've compiled all the information from Janie's chats, text messages from Daniel, conversations from Malaya to Sunny, and we put it all into a spreadsheet so it's sort of easy to go through. and I hope that you appreciate the work.
Yes, it is a lot of work, isn't it?
Yes.
Especially when there's so many inconsistencies, because you start second guessing yourselves, and because there's so many different stories or so many different equations to the stories that we have been told, right?
Yes.
It's just, and it's not like different perspectives of the stories, it's actually different versions with, it's just nuts. Sorry, just plain out nuts.
It is.
Yes, hi everybody. Welcome in, YouTuber Tracy Wolfie. Good to see everybody. Thank you for joining. So you want to start with the timeline first?
Sure. If you want to bring it up, what I'll do is I'll turn my camera off and then go over to, because otherwise I think I freeze on screen when I go over to the timeline page.
Oh,
Well, tell me if I
okay.
don't. If I don't, I won't turn off my camera. But yes, if you want to present it, I will, because I'll have to scroll it, won't I?
Okay, Mr. Ghost, Wolfie, Mr. Ghost. I love that. Okay, this is Jack and Lilly, Jack, right? Jack just had his 5th birthday, and Lilly has a birthday coming up in a few months as well. Where are they? Where are they? I believe the
$1 million question.
$1 million question. Where are they? Malaya, Daniel, Janie, where are they? It's starting to get ridiculous, especially when mama doesn't speak. All right,
Yes.
Let's remove. Let's see. I'm going to add it to stage. Hey, I'm going to remove myself. Tell me if you can hear me. That way, if we remove both of us, we can actually blow it up a little bit larger. And because I can't see it at all. Well, I will be able to see it actually. Let me see. Give me just a second. I'm going to expand my page, but I won't be able to see chat. That's all. Here, let me look on my phone. I can see chat if I'm on my phone, but I can only see it in the vertical, I think. Hold on one second. For some reason, it only shows vertical. Oh no, I'm in the horizontal. Okay. Hi guys.
Do you still see me? Like, am I still here? Or am I?
Yes, I can absolutely see you. Did you see the dog?
Okay. Okay, perfect. So just because I can't see myself and see the document at the same time when I'm scrolling through it. So
yeah, understandable.
let me know when you're ready.
Can everybody else in chat see the document? Okay. Just want to make sure. Let's see. If you can see the document on screen, this is the complete timeline. Okay, thank you, Joyous. Thank you. This is the complete timeline, you guys. Okay.
Well, I say that I've kept some pretty vital information back for just for me and Daphne's case files. There's some things on there that I took out because I think that they could jeopardize the investigation, so I've kept some things out.
No, that's smart. Guys, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you're in my channel, or if you're in Shenanigans channel, hit that like and subscribe for her channel as well. We work really hard on these documents and these cases, guys. Thank you so much.
Okay. If everyone's ready, I will start.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So we're going to go to April 30th. So that was the Wednesday before the children disappeared. So we know the kids weren't in school. And as I said, this is kind of a compilation of sources. So we have various YouTube channels. So thank you to Sunny on It's a Crime Shame. We also have some information from Hidden in the Fog, some news clippings from CTV, CBC, and obviously the official court documents released as well. So we have that on Wednesday, they started off their day when they left at the Circle K in Alma where they got gas. And but somebody also said that they went to the Irving Oil in Westville. So I'm in the middle of trying to figure out, I believe they're both Irving gas stations, but one's technically Westville and one's Alma. And you'll see that there's a lot of conflicting information as we go through, depending on who said the information, whether it was Malaya or Daniel or Janie.
Absolutely.
So we have that they arrived at Patty's at 2:01 to start their laundry. Then they went to the Access Nova Scotia for their plates, and that was in Truro Heights. And that was at 3:18, and that's when Daniel stayed with the kids. Now, the source should actually say official RCMP documents, but I put that as a note so that we can get a feel for what the situation was. So Daniel's staying with the kids at Patty's. And we also know that at some point, the kids got a black eye at Patty's from the Tonka truck. And I put a question mark next to the time, but it didn't happen at Walmart, and it didn't happen when they went somewhere else. And when they went to Patty's later on, as you'll see, to return the card, they left from there to go home. So
absolutely.
We have, so Lily gets her black eye, and we are, with deductive reasoning, guessing that that's when Daniel was alone with the kids at Patty's. Then they went to the Ultramar at Millbrook for some gas. Millbrook was also the location for the high-grade Mary Jane store where they got the vape. And then they went to Walmart, and they were seen on CCTV, or closed circuit television, at the Walmart officially from 7:54 to 8:48. Then there is a gap in the Google timeline, Google Maps timeline. They went somewhere after 8:48, between 8:48 and 9:19, when they arrived at Patty's to return her card that they used. They then leave from Patty's and arrive home at approximately 10:30, between 10:15 and 10:30. And we had Janie confirming that back in a chat in July, but it also came out in the documents for the court documents. Then we get on to the day before the disappearance, so May 1st. And we have that Malaya reported them absent through the app at 6:18 a.m. that day. And then we have Malaya that said the kids got up and came into the bedroom. Meadow was already up and in bed with Malaya. Sorry, this is from Daniel. They got up and headed out to get the kids breakfast. So one question I had was, did they leave the house to go and get breakfast? That was a curious statement, because it says they got up and headed out to get the kids breakfast, but maybe that was just out of the bedroom.
Let me say something. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. So this was Friday, correct?
Thursday. This is Thursday. We're still on Thursday.
Okay. Now, I don't know if you want to add in, because she has her alarm set at 6, and then like a snooze button, and then she wakes up at 6:15, and at 6:17 on Thursday, she checked the children, Jack and Lilly, out of school. At 6:18, okay, so this one would be 6:17, and then the next one would be 6:18.
The next day, you mean?
Yeah, so on Friday, I believe it was 6:18. Jane, thank you so much for gifting a membership, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jane. Happy birthday to you. I try to sing slow so I don't mess up the song. I hope you're having a wonderful birthday.
Happy birthday. This was from the court document. So I think the way that Malaya did it through the app on the Thursday, both of them happen to be within the same minute. So you have to report each child individually, right? So
Well-
on the Thursday, according to the documents, it said it was at 6:18, but then on the Friday morning, yes, it was 6:17 and 6:18 respectively.
Because remember, Durwood was even talking about that as well.
Yes, because he was very adamant that on the Friday morning she did that at the end of the driveway where
Absolutely.
yes.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we'll get there. So we're still on Thursday, the day before they disappeared, where they were reported absent from school at 6:18. The kids got up and came into their bedroom. Meadow was already up and in bed with Malaya. They got up, headed out to get breakfast. The kids wanted to watch TV and play with their toys, and everybody was up around 9 a.m. Now, throughout the day, so I wrote throughout the day because this is how it was described to the RCMP officer who was interviewing Malaya at the time. So Malaya said she tidied the house, looked after the kids. She said she scrolled through her phone at one point because she was overstimulated. She had blood work in the afternoon in New Glasgow, and she and Daniel went with all the kids. They drove her 2017 Nissan Pathfinder, and they went to the big stop for gas, and she thought that they may have gotten the kids bagels at Tim Hortons. Daniel stayed in the car when she got the blood work, and then they went to Starbucks drive-through before going home. So it's important to remember that Malaya was interviewed 3 times throughout different days, as was Daniel, as was Janie. So you'll see various different accounts for different things and different times. And this is how we all got confused. So
Absolutely.
this is how it's broken down when you take every conversation and every single thing that was said that I have record of, and that Daphne's case files has had record of, and stuff that we've seen. This is how it comes together, which is why it's confusing.
So I'm gonna put my mic off for a minute.
Yeah.
They're getting the snow off the roads, plowing. So it's kind of loud. Yeah. I didn't want you guys here scraping.
Hi, yes, ma'am. Thanks for going in my chat. I appreciate you guys. So yes, Janie in the Jack and Lilly's Army chat, which was something that was going on back in the day. She said the family went into town around lunchtime. And then she told the MP that throughout the day, the kids were playing in the yard, playing throughout the day, and that she had given them snacks. So that's why it says throughout the day. Then we get into the juicy stuff. So here we have, there was a witness that stated that they saw Malaya, Daniel, Lilly, Jack, and Meadow at person's house between 11:30 and 12:30.
Yeah.
Then we have the witness, Edmund Dixon, sees Daniel and we're not sure in the parking lot of the Dollarama. Now, we know that he said he didn't specifically see Jack and Lilly, that they were, he just heard children or heard people in the car. However, we know from, as we carry on looking, that time doesn't work out because they were seen on closed circuit television during a different time. So, but the witness tells RCMP that that's when he saw Daniel and Co. in parking lot Dollarama. So at 12:07 that day, Daniel said he received a text from Malaya about McDonald's toys. And he said he may have been outside playing in the yard with Jack and Lilly when she sent those messages.
Shan.
Yes.
Sorry. Wolfie, I can see you.
Oh my Lord. It's a miracle.
Oh my gosh. I can see him in your chat. B.
Oh, I can see him. I can see him too. Hi, Wolf B.
He said
Good to see you.
he contacted YouTube. It's so weird. B in Florida asked, was that Jordan's house? See, it's very iffy there, right?
The witness
You want
says that it was at Jordan's house, that she saw them at
Mhm.
Jordan's house. We don't have any confirmation from RCMP about that.
Mhm.
There seems to be some discrepancy between what the witness states and what Jordan and Malaya and Daniel have said. So again, this is a compilation of many different sources to try to get an idea of what was going on around that time. So yes, just tell me to be quiet whenever you need me to. Daniel received that text message. He said that he may have been playing outside at the time at 12:07. And then according to Malaya, to Sunny, as well as based on the Google Maps timeline, the family left the house at 12:10. And we have that Malaya was getting blood work. We haven't figured out whether, which I would really like to know, whether the blood work was at the Westville Medical Center, which is attached to the Lawtons, or if it was at the Aberdeen Hospital. If we could get clarification on that, that would probably open up a can of worms.
A can of worms. Absolutely. So where she did the blood work, was it by the Lawtons?
Yes, so the Westville Medical Center, I believe Nova told me this, is attached to the Lawtons, right? They're all in the same vicinity, like they're very, very close together, like across the street. The McDonald's is right around there too, and the Aberdeen Hospital, they're all very close to each other. So, but you'll see why it matters when we go on, because there's a visit to Lawtons later on at 2:48. So we're getting there. So Daniel confirms this as well in his court documents, where he says that they all went to Malaya's blood work appointment, but that's redacted, but we presume it's the blood work appointment, and got there around 12:50. And Malaya went to get blood work, and he stayed in the car with the kids, and all three kids were sleeping, so it was quiet. Then we have, I have a question to myself, because we can confirm, and I'm sure the RCMP have confirmed when she left her appointment and when they arrived at Dollarama. So we have a gap of from 1:27 p.m. to 1:53 p.m. where I'm asking the universe, where was the family between the end of Malaya's blood work, which they left at 1:27, and when the family were seen on CCTV at the Dollarama at 1:53. So we have a gap there.
Yeah, Sunshine said, yeah, see, that's weird too with that gap. She says they don't do blood work at the hospital or at the Westville Medical Center. You get blood work done over by the McDonald's. And I know Nova was talking about the one, oh my gosh.
The medical center, sorry. So maybe there is a medical center attached to the Lawtons. Is that what Sunshine is saying? Because I can't see that chat right now.
Yeah, she said exactly as they don't do blood work at the hospital or at the Westville Medical Center. You get blood work over by the McDonald's.
Okay, and that is also where the Lawtons is. Am I correct in believing that?
Yes. Hi, Bonnie. Good to see everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, so this is why this is going to get funky here in a minute, and I'm going to have even more questions.
Nova said the blood work. Sorry, I know there's a delay. Nova said the blood work would be on the East River Road, New Glasgow. at the blood clinic. The Lawtons they went to is in Westville, not New Glasgow Lawtons.
Okay. Well, thank you for clearing that up.
Thank you.
I will fix that. So medical center on East River. Because see, I thought there is a Lawtons on East River Road too, is there not?
Nova said no, Shan. They went to Westville Lawtons, not New Glasgow. Is it New Glasgow or Glasgow? I don't know.
New Glasgow.
New Glasgow. Okay. Hi, Easter.
I'll put that Westville. Okay, so that Lawtons has got the Westville Medical Center in it, and that's where that comes out. So I'm just fixing that. Okay. So then they finished the blood work. She finished the blood work at 1:27, and then they are not seen until 1:53 at the Dollarama when they enter the Dollarama. And they are confirmed on CCTV as being there between 1:53 and 2:25. We do know that they entered separately. I just didn't put that on there, but I believe there's a 6-minute difference between the time that they went in.
Yeah, they just got takeout, right? They just got takeout.
Oh, sorry, I'm not at the Acropole yet. I'm getting there. So yes, then they went to at the Dollarama. They left at 2:25 on the CCTV, and then they went to the Lawtons in Westville, and they arrived there at 2:48, so about 20 minutes later. Then after that, so after 2:52, so she had the Google Maps say that she was there between 2:48 and 2:52. So she got the Tylenol and the diaper rash cream from there. And after that, they went to the Acropole to get some poutines, and they arrived back at 3:11. And that was, Malaya said that to Sunny, but it was also from the Google Maps that she had shown to Sunny. Then we know that Malaya had her Facebook video call with Cindy at approximately 3:37.
And I think that's when things went south, to tell you the truth. I honestly believe this is the time things went south. After that call.
Yes, because this is where everything starts to
chop up.
Yes, although there's a couple of questions as we saw earlier on in that time. We have the discrepancies between when the witness Edmund saw them at the Dollarama and when they were actually seen in the Dollarama. And we have a pretty decent gap in between the time she finished her blood work and from the time she was seen at the Dollarama.
I think they were meeting up with Edmund, to tell you the truth. But
yeah, I think there's some shenanigans going on for sure.
Absolutely.
So then we go back to Janie's audio conversations that she was doing in the Lilly and Jack's army. And she came into that chat, she was answering questions, and she said she heard the kids. They got home at approximately 4 p.m. She hears the kids come home from the store, and the kids were playing in the backyard by the swing set, digging for bugs. And she elaborates later on where she says that Jackie found, and I'm sorry for using his nickname, that should probably only be used for family members, but she saw Jack digging for bugs, and that he found a centipede, and she says to him at the time, "Good boy, Jackie, keep digging, find another one."
She said both of them were, I thought.
Yes, they both were. And then she also elaborated at one point, I believe, that they were lifting up pieces of wood looking for the bugs. And then this is where we were saying, like, wouldn't the kids have gotten dirty, being out there on May the 1st, sitting in the ground, lifting up wood and wouldn't that have got the clothes that they had been wearing all that day since likely the night before, if Lily was wearing pajamas, wouldn't they be quite dirty by the time they were finished playing? So in the evening, Malaya says, which I've got to put the source there, which was the RCMP documents. She was doing some cleaning, but she was too tired. She was going to do some cleaning, but she was too tired, and the kids were watching TV. When you start going into what Daniel was
Wait a
saying,
minute. That was okay. So listen, so cleaning. Here we go again with the cleaning. Right?
yes,
She's
she
tidying
didn't.
up the house. What the heck? So she was tidying up the house Thursday morning. Then she was tidying up the house when they got back. And then
Mhm.
Daniel was supposed to clean.
Yes, yes.
But it was
So
filthy.
yes, we're gonna get to that when we get further down past sunset. So in the documents, Daniel, if you recall, got really confused about the Wednesday and Thursday. And he had told the officers that they had gone to Patty's on the Thursday, or on the Thursday, yes, initially. And that they had, but Malaya had the blood works, so they must have gone to Patty's after that. So my question is, why was he so convinced that they went to Patty's the night before the kids went missing? Why they went to Truro the night before? I mean, it could have been for drug use, but the very next day when he was asked where they were, he said that Malaya had the blood work and they must have gone to Truro after that. So we have a significant gap of what happened time-wise between 4:30 and when the children went to bed, and what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
The earliest time I have is Malaya was texting Belinda at the beginning and had told Belinda that she put the kids to bed at 8. We have sunset that happened between 8:18 and 8:20 p.m. We have Daniel, who I believe this was a text message to either Charmaine or Sunny. I need to confirm because at one point I deleted all my screenshots like a silly person. So Daniel had said he'd come in when it started to get dark and that the kids were already in bed at that time. Then we have Malaya that said to the RCMP that Malaya puts Lilly and Jack to bed first and then Meadow, and then she went to bed herself. That they were late getting to bed that night, but because they usually go to bed at 7. Then we have in a chat where Kent was on, it's Sunny's It's a Crime and Shame, and he had been talking to Daniel, so back in September, that Malaya had put the kids to bed at approximately 10 o'clock in the same clothes they were wearing. And I have a note all day, ? And he also told Kent, which he said on Sunny's show, that Daniel was outside and Malaya put the kids to bed while he was outside. And then we have Malaya to the RCMP that Daniel stayed up after she went to bed. He said he was going to clean the house for her, but it wasn't clean when she got up, so she doesn't know what he did. Malaya was not woken up through the night and doesn't know what time Daniel came to bed. And then I have another text message that's a copy, so we're trying to figure out when Daniel comes in when it starts getting dark. And the kids are already in bed. Then we have Janie was raking gravel out by the bank for a pool, the area where Malaya was standing and the footprint was found. And Janie said that back in July in the Jack and Lilly's Army chat. And then we have at 10 p.m., Janie, Daniel's mom, was seen filling a pothole on the driveway, and Daniel was building the chicken fence. And that was at 10 p.m. And that came from a neighbor. And I believe her name was Karen. And Durwood had sort of reiterated that fact back in the day. I just can't remember where that came from exactly. So that is just speculation at this point. If anybody wants to confirm that in chat, I would love to have that confirmed. But we do know that it started out with filling a pothole, then it turned into raking gravel and then it turned into raking the area for a pool. And then it turned into, I wasn't raking at all.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous, right? Like trying to gaslight everybody. I have a question for you. Oh my gosh, I hope I don't forget. Guys, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I will be gifting memberships here shortly, and you don't want to miss out on that if you're not subscribed up, okay? Love you guys. So,
and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please, by all means, do, and throw it a like whenever you can, because I'm trying to grow it, and I will be covering stuff other than the Jack and Lilly disappearance, and I have some other content on there as well. Not right now, though, because right now we're doing this.
So Mariska, she asked, so basically, so between 8 and 9, it was said that they were put to bed, but then it turned around to be 10. She changed her statement. And then also, I want to focus on the time frame when Daniel said he came inside that night on Thursday. It was getting dark. Now, if you look into the documents, which we're going to go over after the timeline, Malaya says that that Jack and Lilly were outside and they came in when it got dark. So that is a real big discrepancy right there with the bedtime, with them coming inside. When Daniel's coming inside, you would have thought that they would have came inside with Dan if they were outside playing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that time frame is very questionable.
Yes, because she says they may have been outside, but they would have come in when it was getting dark. And that was just the night before. She couldn't remember whether they had been outside that evening or not.
They had to been.
But we know that Janie said they were outside when they got back from town, that they were digging for bugs. So that was around 4 p.m.
But yet Lilly doesn't like bugs. She screams at a bug or a fly. Yeah. She runs. Here, I'm going to silence because the snow guy's coming by.
Okay. So we're at the weird part where we don't know what Janie was doing with a rake or a shovel. So she was raking the gravel for a pool, but before that she was just filling potholes, and then she wasn't raking at all. So some pretty big discrepancies there. Then we go to midnight. And we first heard back on July 30th, Daniel had told Kent via messenger when they were having a good old chat that he flipped the lights on and that they were sleeping. And that was the last time he saw Jack, and that he did that because while he was going to the washroom. But we have since heard, which I haven't put in here because I'm not sure who the exact source was, but Sunny did mention that her source told her that Daniel was up all night on mathematics. So we're not sure what the reason was for him flicking on the lights and what he might have been doing in the washroom. This corresponds with the same time that Boss Man, aka Brad Wong, said that he heard a 5-speed vehicle going back and forth 6 times, or between 4 and 6 times. And on the last time, it was he believes that the person came back in a different vehicle. And we have Justin Smith, who corroborates part of this with hearing a car go by and turn around by the railway tracks at approximately 1:30 a.m. We have, obviously, the car continues to go back and forth between the midnight and 5 a.m. And then we have the sun beginning to rise at 5:57 a.m. in PICTOU County at that time. The high tide, which I threw in there just because there was a lot of water references back in the day. And this is according to AI on Grok, so, don't hold me to that. So the high tide is usually on a 2-hour cycle. It's, because it spends 2 hours going out, 2 hours coming in, 2 hours getting higher. It's a cycle anyway. Then we have also, so the sunrise is coming up at 6. The tide is starting to come in around 6. And then we have Janie waking up at 6, who has her cigarette and tea and plays on Facebook. And that first came out actually well before the court documents came out. She said that on July 13th in the Lilly and Jack's Army chats. Then we have Malaya's first alarm going off at 6 a.m., which she snoozes. At 6:10 a.m., we had Durwood, aka Darren Geddes, live on It's a Crime and Shame when he was on a call-in, said that Janie's brother had called Janie and woke her up, and that she missed that call and went outside to return that call. And that's where she caught Malaya on the driveway. And he said that this was confirmed twice by Janie because he got it wrong the last time by 15 minutes. That is verbatim. And I haven't included anything else that Darren has said in these statements because that statement alone was pretty well debunked. So, because we know that yeah.
B said Sonny gave the exact times of the vehicle trips a few days ago, according to Brad, with those 4 trips. So
okay, perfect.
I could watch her video and.
Yes, and I'm sorry if I didn't catch that. I tried to catch Sonny's. They're just sometimes later than I'm used to, and I fall asleep listening to videos all the time.
Oh yeah,
and
she's 4 hours
so
ahead.
many that come out. It's really hard now to keep track of everything. So I would love to have those times, and I will gladly add those times into the timeline. I would love to have them.
That would be great. Yeah,
Yes.
I know you're 4 hours ahead. I'm 3 hours ahead. I know it's different. My mom, she's 3 hours behind too, like Sunny, and she'll call me. She's like, I'm like, Mom, you know what time it is here? I'm a teetotaler. I'm in bed already.
Yeah, same. I'm on my third cup of tea.
I haven't had my coffee today. I'm like losing my mind. Runs with scissors, absolutely. Please find Jack and Lilly, absolutely. I agree. And the answers lie with these 3 people on this property. Yes, absolutely.
I believe they do.
They lie with the 3 people. Thank you so much for your super sticker. I appreciate you, honey. Thank you. Thank you.
Husband, if you're watching, I really would love another cup of tea because it's cold in here.
And I would like a cup of coffee, please. I'm going to go get one after this live before my other live. Gosh, I listened to some stuff today and from Summerwell's case, and it's sickening. Just absolutely sickening. Makes my stomach just churn. Yes. All these cases make my stomach churn. It's so sad that these children have been missing for so long. Now Christmas is coming up. This is going to be the first Christmas, parents, that Jack and Lilly will not be here for. Speak up. Speak up. Where are they? This has gone on for far too long. You've brought in so many people, your neighbors around you have to deal with this because you're not telling everything. It's obvious.
Yeah, and Daphne's case files and I are just going to hound this case until they're found as well. We're not the RCMP. We don't have like a time limit or a budget or any of those things. And I know that I've said this a few times. I know that all the other creators are in the same boat, especially, you know, Sunny and Charmaine and Nova. Nova, I'm sure in particular, because she is a PICTOU native and she is right, or, you know, she's in that area. So yeah, just make sure that
That's weird.
make sure that you brush up on your timeline, because the next time you get brought in for questioning, I'm sure they're going to be asking you all sorts of questions as to why all of this is a load of crap. You too, Sherwood. Also, okay, so where were we? So I had said that I didn't include any more of Darren's claims after that 6:10 a.m., which was in the beginning being pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed.
Oh, weird.
That's when Janie caught Malaya on the driveway at 6:10 a.m. But we know now that she actually didn't have to go out to the driveway to report the kids missing, that she could do it on an app from her bedroom.
So how was that made up? Hi guys, welcome. Thank you. Hi Mama Sue. You know, it makes me wonder. So they were building a timeline then, right? So they added that in, and when it didn't flow properly, because they didn't know what time Malaya called 911 either. In my opinion, guys, not. You know,
Oh yes, well, that's, you remember Daniel was saying, oh, she says that she called the 911 at 10 a.m., but that's not right. Yeah, it was 10:01.
I know. Same, Miss L. I can't function either, but the roads are so bad right now because we just got a bunch of snow. So I'm just waiting it out until, you know what I mean? They look actually better now, but the snow plow guy pushed a bunch of snow in my driveway that I just cleaned out. You know, that's lovely.
The snow is starting here in Nova Scotia, so we're supposed to get.
It's coming y'all's way.
Yes.
But it's moving quickly, which is good. Oh, God, that sounds good.
So then we have the second alarm went off at 6:15 a.m. And for Malaya, and I presume that's when she started moving and getting up, and the kids were marked absent at 6:17 and 6:18 by Malaya. That was first provided by a screenshot. And then there was also chat back in the day, if you remember, from Malaya from Daniel to Belinda, that Malaya had called from Daniel's phone, and that her phone was dead. If anybody remembers that, that's going way back. Do you hear me still?
Yes, sorry, I
Okay.
had to get rid of something. Yes,
No problem.
I'm pulling it up.
And we know that Malaya actually reported them missing using a school messenger app.
Yes.
And that no phone call was actually made, because there was a long time up until July 29th on Sunny's live that night. Everybody was saying that Malaya, where did she call from? At the end of the driveway, because there was no signal. And was it because, like, did she have to turn off her Wi-Fi? And did they use Starlink and all this crap? And when in actual fact, she reported it through a messaging app in the trailer the whole time.
I think they were, in my opinion, making that up to start doing this the kids were given. So they were just this is just my thoughts, guys. I think they were starting to make that up so they could push with the narrative of Malaya giving the kids to somebody.
Yes.
The driveway thing.
Yes, I think maybe initially, in my opinion, started out as the kids wandered off, and that Daniel and Malaya and Janie were all going to stick with that. And then it branched out to Malaya took the kids. And maybe Malaya was the last one to find out that that narrative was changing. I don't know. I have no idea, because apparently she's not talking to RCMP, so I have no idea.
The phone being dead. Yeah, we all remember that. I know it was said, because like, who's gonna make something like that up? Even B remembers it, about her phone being dead, so she used Daniel's. That was like really early on, and then Daniel told me, no, she never used my phone. And I'm like, then where did it come from? Why was it said?
And this is why we all of us that are into true crime, and all of us that like hyper fixate and hyper analyze things, this is why we all have problems, Daniel and Malaya and Janie and Durwood, because we don't forget. We're like a bunch of elephants out there that are like, hang on a minute, but hang on a minute, but hang on a minute. That doesn't make sense. But you said this, but you said that. Like, we're not all a bunch of stupid people out there that can't make heads or tails of stuff. This is all the stuff that you guys said along the way. So here we go.
Absolutely. Yep.
So then I've marked this part here in orange, because all this time here in orange is when Daniel was supposed to be asleep. So Malaya told Sunny back on the 29th, again, when she was talking back and forth with her in the background, that Daniel was asleep from 6:18 when she made that mark the kids absent, all the way to 9:40 when they discovered the children were missing. And that is verbatim what she told Sunny. So during this time, this is what happens during this time from 6:18 to 9:40. So at 6:20, sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Brookie, for your super sticker. I appreciate you for being here. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Whoa.
So,
thank you.
We have, so Janie sent something to her brother on Facebook at 6:24 a.m. And she stated that in Jack and Lilly's Army on July 13th, 14th, in that time where she was doing her big prelude to the video. If you remember, once she did the recording, she then, before it was aired on TV, had come out and started doing some chatting. So at 6:24, she had something sent from her brother, or to her brother. So she was awake then. And then at 7, we have Jamie fed the chickens, and that was also on the chat. And then it was corroborated through the court documents. She was playing Timu around 7:15, and then we have the school bus that drives by at 7:30, and that was confirmed back on July 12th.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
And at 6:24, the 6:24 a.m. missed text makes me wonder if she was up and smoking her cigarettes and stuff like that. How did she miss a text from her brother, right? Or was she busy doing something other than smoking cigarettes and drinking tea? Because usually when you're smoking a cigarette, drinking your tea, you have your phone, right? Playing games or... Hi, guys.
Yes,
welcome.
And all of you smokers know as well. I know from when I was a smoker, I'm coming up to 3 months now that I've quit, that when I would get up and have my coffee in the morning, I was having more than one smoke because I hadn't smoked all night. So I needed to get my nicotine fix, and one just wouldn't quite hit the spot.
Absolutely.
Especially if you're sitting there drinking your drink outside. So yes. So the school bus would have driven by at 7:30. And sometime I've got 7:45 there, but I'm not entirely sure.
7:28.
Sorry, what?
7:28 it says on the docs.
Yeah. So
Remember we were-
Daniel probably just kind of guesstimated 7:30 there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then we have that Lilly opens the parents' door and both the kids were playing in the kitchen. And that was something that she had said, like, not verbatim on her first interview when she was being interviewed.
That was at, I'm looking for the time right now. We said it last night, remember? When Lilly
Yes.
opened the door?
Yes, and so then we have that she heard the children playing in the other room between 8 and 8:30, and that's what she had texted to Belinda. Sorry, Belinda, I've got your name spelled wrong there. I don't know why. I know there's a why. And then we have Cindy had a missed call from Malaya at 8:28. And then we have Lilly heard in the other room between 8 and 8:30, and that was Daniel to Kent on Facebook Messenger. But that's around the time that I believe Kent had access to a pretty accurate timeline. But
Yep.
we
8
won't get into
a.m. Oh yeah, I remember that. Malaya heard the kids playing in their bedroom around 8 a.m. So she says it, and then it was most likely around like 8:20, 8:30 when Lilly went in and out of the door, allegedly, or jiggled the chain on the door.
Yes, then we have the I heard Lilly jiggle the lock.
Yep, absolutely. Jiggle the lock. Liz, Nova Scotia Strong, thank you so much for your super sticker. I appreciate you being here. You are amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the timeline is just not, well, ours is right. Well, you know what I mean, from following them, but theirs just doesn't make sense. Yeah, brother called at 8:48. And she said,
Yes, so now we have Janie has a call with her brother at 8:48, then the kids. So this is where I had a question, because she first came out on the uncensored page. This was kind of when Daphne's Case Files and I started working together on the timeline.
Oh yeah.
Daniel and Janie were both in that uncensored page. Talking back and forth and answering questions. And she said in that particular text message, like in that chat, that she had a text message, or she had spoken with her brother and then the kids after that. So I feel like she either meant that the kids went missing after that, or she then spoke to the kids after that, right? Open to interpretation. That's the problem with the written word. So she said her brother called her at 8:48 and asked if she wanted to go to town, and she said, no, I'm going back to bed. And I wrote, Janie then calls the kids, and how long does this take, and who does she call, and for how long? Because I wasn't sure what the meaning was of what she said, and then the kids. I called Ron, or Ron called, and then the kids. So anyway, you can ignore that as kind of like a note to myself, asking like, what did she mean?
Why was wrong?
And then 8:58. So we calculated that she said it was about 10 minutes after her call with Ron that she had heard the kids outside. So we figured, well, that must be 8:58, right? So Janie says she hears the kids outside, and then a few minutes later sees Malaya by the trailer with Meadow. And that was what she said on in a chat on July 1st. Then we get down to Janie's message to Belinda. So she had messaged this to Belinda. And this is verbatim. This is verbatim from Belinda. Janie told me she confronted Malaya about the kids around 9 a.m. And Daniel comes out and Malaya says the kids are in the woods. He checked their forts and came down in 30 seconds. He left on the trike to head up the road, and Janie went up through the woods looking. She met Daniel up on the trail behind the home, but neither saw anything. They both went their separate ways to search, and she made her way searching back to the property and heard sirens coming. She said she gave this statement to the police right away. Then we have a message from Daniel to Charmaine. He messaged her saying, my mom was napping and can hear outside because she heard me yelling that morning for the kids. Malaya was playing on her phone. Mom came out and she said Malaya had a look of worry in her eyes that mom was home. Because if you remember also back in the day, there was this big conversation because Darren had come out and said that Janie was with her boyfriend that night before, and that they didn't expect her to be home. The dog was there though. We don't know about vehicles, but for some reason it was implied that Malaya didn't know that Janie was going to be home.
You said the dog. I want to say, can I say something about that real quick?
Yes.
So there's a lady that has like a dog rescue type thing that I found out that is friends on Daniel's first Facebook. I don't want to say her name or anything like that, but I wonder if there was another dog there, because you remember all the speculations about the dog and then the dog barking and stuff like that?
Yeah, Belinda saw another dog that wasn't Fluffy, that was in the window of the trailer, that not only did Belinda see it, but her sister and her daughter saw it as well. Belinda heard it, and her sister and her daughter saw it.
Well, she said the mouth was so wide because it was barking, and it makes me think like of a dog with like the square, you know what I mean, like the big head, not like the more narrow like mine, but like a dog like what Earl has maybe, or something like that. Was Earl's dog over there, or was Justin has a dog like that? I don't know. I'm just speculating here.
Yes. There was a lot of, it was a sore spot, the dog, and Justin is also a sore spot, and because nobody talks about that, and the rake is also a sore spot. So there's sore spots going on.
Absolutely.
In this case for sure. It's it just continues. Do you mind if I put my buy me a coffee thing up? Is it pinned on mine?
I don't know if it's pinned in yours.
It is pinned in mine. Never mind. Hold on, let me go back to here. So we've got where was I? So we were at where Belinda said they went their separate ways, and then she heard the sirens coming, and she, on her way back to the property. Then we have, then I said that what Daniel said to Charmaine. We had Logan enter the picture, and she did a live call-in on Sue's TikTok, which is Hidden in the Fog, who she said shortly after 9, the dog was heard barking, I'm guessing by Janie. Then we have Malaya saying, I asked on her interview, her first TV interview, I asked Daniel, do you hear the kids? And then Daniel says in his sit-down interview, I asked Malaya, do you hear the kids? So each of them claimed that the other asked if the children could be heard, and that they searched inside and outside, and Daniel enters the woods to the cabins, and he's back in 30 seconds, and Malaya instantly has the instinct to call 911. And then on the interview on May 4th, we noticed the kids were gone. I immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, as many dirt roads and many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there. Right. Okay. So Malaya says to Belinda in text that the children went missing at approximately 9:40. So then we have Daniel to Charmaine. Daniel returns from the cabins and to find Malaya on the call with 911. Daniel then goes out to search again, and RCMP are on the scene when he returns. Oh, sorry, that was another part. But then he said this to Charmaine. Malaya asked me if she should call 911. And I said, the effing kids are missing. Of course you should call. Then we have the 911 call at 10:01 a.m. But Daniel stated that Malaya's time of 10 a.m. was incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have 10:19. Janie has another call with her brother at 10:19, and the call lasts for 1 minute and 3 seconds. Then in the official court documents, we have that Daniel said he took the car and went around to look. When he came back, the RCMP were there and told him not to go back in the woods. By that time, his mom and Ron were there, and he walked with them. Now, this sticks out to me quite a bit because it's the third different story about when the RCMP got there and where he was. But that when he got back from searching, his mom and Ron were there. That was, the RCMP were there. So he got back, the RCMP were there, and so was his mom and Ron. And then he walked with them. Where did he walk with them at that time? So we know that this is before 10:27 a.m. or at 10:27 a.m. because that's when the RCMP arrived on the scene. We won't even get into the fact that he said initially that the RCMP took 12 minutes to get there because when in time to stress, I guess your time can be distorted a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But we do know that he did say to Charmaine, and this was available in a screenshot that we saw on It's Crime and Shame, that according to Daniel, Malaya's mom Cindy arrived with Wade, and we presume. Daniel stated that in the text to Charmaine that Malaya's mom was there a few minutes later, and she lives an hour and 16 minutes away. You tell me if that's strange. So he was implying that that Cindy and Wade arrived a few minutes after the RCMP, which we'll find out later wasn't true. So Janie missed a call from Ron at 10:30 a.m. and returns the call a few minutes later, and then has another call with Ron. She returns the call to Ron, it is 1 minute and 13 seconds, ending at 10:35. And that was grabbed from a screenshot that I saw on her CBC interview. So she had a missed call at 10:30 from Ron, but Ron and her mom were already there before, like as the RCMP were there.
Okay.
So,
So the thing with Ron, we're on that, yeah. So people are asking what time did he leave? So I don't know. It was never said what time Ron actually left, right? I know that didn't he come over to Janie's, and then before he went to town, he picked up their mom, right? And then went to town, and when he got back, he helped search, and that was in the afternoon, right? Yeah. Okay, honey. Thank you,
He-
Cindy, for being here.
Yes,
So,
this is one of the other discrepancies. We don't have a
Mhm.
timing for that, but he said that he was taking his mother to an appointment in town.
yes.
And we know that he stopped and told a neighbor that the children were missing on his way to town.
Mm-hmm.
I am not sure what neighbor that is. So time will tell.
We were never told, Mary, about if the beds were turned down or a mess or anything like that. We were just told by Daniel that he looked under their beds. That's all we were told. We were never, you know what I mean? I'm sure the RCMP took photos of inside the home, but they're not, you know what I mean? They're not going to share those because it's evidence.
The thing
what I mean?
is, Wade said he spent the night, him and Cindy had spent the night there, the night that the kids disappeared.
Friday. Yeah, Friday night. Yep.
People were in and out of that house.
There was a photo floating around of inside the home because there was a blanket or something in the photo. Do you remember that early on? And I wish I would have saved the photo because I'm going to look for it in a minute. But I swear, because I thought I had it, but I don't know. I thought I saved it, but then I'm like, I guess I didn't. But it was of a blanket or maybe it was a boot or something. And it was inside the house. Do you remember that?
I don't remember that right now. I may have in the beginning. I have a vague recollection of there being like a plain pink blanket hanging on a door. And then I have the recollection of a pink blanket in the window. And then
Yeah, that was.
I have the recollection of Belinda saying about a blue blanket. Then
Yes.
yes. And
That.
I
Yes.
had thought that there was a blanket initially hanging in that cabin thing, but that was turned out to be a tarp.
True. Yeah, tarp. Absolutely. There was a photo. I'm gonna scour and see if I can look for it.
Yes, that was a rumor that Lily's boot was found in the house, and that was pushed by another person that's put themselves in this case, and that was from an AI video, and that was never.
This was actually a real photo of inside the house because it showed the couch and stuff.
Sorry, somebody wrote that in chat. That's why I was saying that.
Oh, okay. I was looking. I don't have my
About the
glasses
boot.
on.
Yes.
Hi guys, welcome in. Yeah, the one with the boot. Yeah, that was AI. Amazon's here. Hold on, or you know what I mean?
Oh, she's got to get her winter tires are being delivered, so she's got to go and make sure she gets them because she needs those tires on her truck. We need to keep her safe, so she needs to get those tires. B in Florida is saying that Justin has a pic of a pink blanket over a railing in the backyard. I would like to see that because if you remember, Cheryl came out back a while back on Hidden in the Fog on Sue's channel that she was told the blanket that was found in the tree was on the railing. So, yes, Lori, I agree. I try to stick with what the police documents say because they took everything off of their Google Maps. However, they can be manipulated at least once. But I also go by what other witnesses have said. So, and what the people themselves that were on the property at the time said. There were 2 blankets. There was 2 sections
Yeah.
of 1 blanket. One was in the garbage, one was in the tree. Whether that other part, whether the blanket that was found in the tree was actually in the garbage is yet to be determined, because we've heard several stories about this blanket. It's another, it's like the timeline. It's very inconsistent. Because we have Cheryl that was told that the blanket was on the railing. And then we have...
Yeah, then we had the blanket. Sorry, guys. I had to get tires for my vehicle, and they're just being delivered now.
I told them, that's good. I said,
Yeah.
we need you to be safe while you're driving.
Yeah.
Kelly says, I have that photo. You have the photo of which the blanket on the railing. If you do, please email that to Daphne's case files and me, because I want to see it.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Here.
I know that there was a blanket, a blue blanket that was shown on the front area of a railing at some point, but all right. So shall we go back to the timeline? Right. Where was I? The Ron's phone call. Yes. So we had Daniel say that when he arrived back, the RCMP were already there, and his mom was there with Ron, and he went walking with them, right? But then we have Janie having a missed call at 10:30 from Ron, and it lasted a few minutes, or no, that she missed it and then called him back for 1 minute and 13 seconds. So I'm not sure when they would have gone walking together, if you see what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. That one is odd too.
Then I have some discrepancy on when the first vulnerable missing persons advisory was issued. I believe it was at 11 a.m., but it could have been 12 because of like the discrepancy of an hour. Like it depends on where you read it. So I need to confirm when that first vulnerable advisory went out. But we do know that Cindy received a missed call from Malaya at 11:33. And then Cindy texted Malaya at 12:01 saying she was on her way. At 12:33, Cindy texts Malaya saying issue an Amber Alert. So we can assume that at that time, Cindy wasn't there at 11:33. She wasn't there at 12:01, and she wasn't there at 12:33.
I have that. So it proves it.
Yes. So we know that Cindy didn't arrive there
early,
within minutes after the RCMP, who arrived there at 10:27. We know that she, at a minimum, wasn't there at least an hour after the RCMP arrived, but it's actually looking like she didn't arrive till at least 2 hours after the RCMP arrived.
It makes you wonder why that they were trying to push her getting there early, right? Yeah. I have the screenshot from her phone, and even with the screenshot, I remember Janie saying, well, why is there no little icon of the person next to the other person speaking? It's because the person that took the screenshot, it doesn't show your icon on Facebook Messenger. It shows the person you're speaking to, excuse me.
Yes, that's right. Then I had like a strange, you know, when Tint did his video, aka Jim Walker.
Yes.
So he did that video with Wade, And in that, at some point, he says that Daniel went into the woods for an hour and something fishy was going on. So I just put that in there because I couldn't figure out whether Wade was referring to when they were there on Easter or whether it was there when he arrived with Cindy that day. So that's why it's got question marks on it.
I think it was Easter.
Yeah, I think it probably was, but I kind of started this before like the good audio came out. Once you cleaned it up, I didn't listen to it again. And that's a note to myself, need to listen again.
Yeah, there's a picture of the Easter egg hunt too. Yeah, because it was kind of chopped up because he had the way he had to do the video of that.
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of chopped up. So yeah, it was definitely Easter. Thank you, Joyce. Yeah.
So another thing I wanted to double check on was, so Janie, again, on July 13th and 14th, when she was doing her audio recordings, she said that she received a call from Malaya, but didn't answer it at 3:32 because she was out searching with Justin and she was talking to another woman and a child on an ATV. So that's why she didn't answer the call at 3:32 p.m. So from what I understood, they weren't allowing other people to search on the Saturday. So at first I thought maybe this happened on Saturday, but you'll see from Saturday, they issued an alert, the RCMP did, telling the public to stay out of the woods well before 3:32.
Well, on Friday, Daniel was allowed to go back out and search around 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yes. So that's why I'm pretty confident that this happened on the Friday after.
That makes you wonder. It makes you wonder because why, if you know what I mean, if it's just a missing children's case, why wouldn't they let the public out and search?
Yes, but I also think that's where things went wrong, was allowing anyone into the woods at all.
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. People that are
this same woman on the ATV with her child turned out to be the bus driver's wife.
Absolutely.
And she also said she let her child off the ATV to go pee. And if you note the time, it was 3:32 on the Friday, right? And I'm missing a section here because we know what happened after 3:32. Give me one second here. 3:48, the blanket was found.
3:48.
So when I cut it and pasted, I didn't add that in here. So I forgot that one. I left that one off. So at 3:48, and that is according to dispatch audio.
Absolutely.
The blanket was found. And there is a source for that dispatch audio. So if Jamie was out there on the Friday, missed a call from Malaya, she didn't answer because she was out searching on the ATV with Justin. And then she stopped to talk to this woman and child on an ATV at 3:32.
That was Saturday, I think.
You know that sorry, go ahead.
That was Saturday, I believe, because remember, I'm pretty sure it was Saturday because right after that, she was talking about her and Justin on the ATV, and because she had missed the call from Malaya, but yet 2 hours later, she's all worried that they found Jack and Lilly deceased. So she hurried up back, but she said she went up, put her arm around Malaya, and she's like, "What's wrong?" Because that's right when the fight had broke out. So that had to have been Saturday.
Yes, so, well, that's what I had thought too, right? But Malaya was gone by 5:39 on the Saturday.
I thought Belinda said it was Saturday that the call happened.
Okay, so I will adjust that, but I definitely want to double check that because she received her second phone call from Malaya at 5:39. Where Malaya
Absolutely.
told her to come back, that she can't talk about it over the phone.
If
At
it's
5:30.
Friday, then that's a big red flag.
Right, so that's why need to confirm that because nobody was really supposed to be. Well, when did this start? Let me see what they sent out about
Yeah. What
public being out.
what yeah, that's what we need to find out when that was done.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is important to figure out when those phone calls came. So we need to definitely figure out when that happened, whether it was on the Friday or the Saturday.
Yeah, like how are you gonna miss a call? Like you're out there. I understand you don't have service all over the place, right? But she said that like she missed a call. She noticed she missed a call from Malaya. Then why not call her back right after you notice that the call you missed a call from her? If you're
Yeah,
so, you know what I mean?
2
If
hours.
you're
So
two
for 2
hours.
hours, she didn't return the phone call until she didn't return the phone call. She received a second phone call
Mm-hmm.
and answered that one.
And
So
that's the thing, Darlene. There's spots all around there. I was told that you can have service and then you don't have service and you have, you know what I mean? There's certain areas. So what Daniel and Janie saying, or Daniel saying that he didn't take his phone out because he has no service is BS, right? How this is what I want to say. How do you know you're not going to have service in the area where Jack and Lily are? Think about that for a minute.
And also, Daniel told the RCMP that he had made a video in the woods while he was searching and sent it to Malaya because he got
Yes.
lost.
A 30-minute video of culverts and stuff too. But think about that for a minute. How did Daniel not think about it? He says, I didn't take my phone because I'm not going to have service anywhere. Ways. That's what he said. I'm not going to have service anyways. So that's why he didn't take his phone. That makes me wonder because there is spotty service all around. So how does he know that there's no service in the area where Jack and Lily are? If allegedly, if they're
Daniel, in my opinion,
right,
will know exactly where there is service and where there's not in that whole area. He will know exactly where to go, exactly where to be able to get service.
so it might have been a slip, right? Like if he knows, why are we barking again? So I think it was a slip.
Just one of the many inconsistencies that we've come across.
I just thought about that.
Yeah. Yeah, they all know where the hot spots are for sure because
We
they
should
know
find
those
out.
woods like the back of their hand.
Maybe the RCMP should go check out the areas where there is absolutely no service.
100%. And the problem is they would have had all this time to move anything. And in my opinion, when Daniel said 100%, he was 100% sure the dogs wouldn't find anything, it's because he knew 100% that they were not within the search area. That's just my opinion.
I know there is service over off of the Larrig Road. Very little, but there's service over there.
Kelly just emailed you with the picture of the blanket.
Thank you, Cal. I was just looking at it and I'm just space.
Thank you, Kelly. I want to see it.
Thank you.
I'll let you
Well,
pull it up, and I'll finish up for that day, for the day they disappeared, and then maybe I can carry on a bit more. So we've got the blanket found at 3:48. At 4:55, the RCMP confirms that multiple searches are underway. At 5:27 p.m., we have the broadcast for the intrusive alert, and it was issued to extending counties, so surrounding counties. So the first alert that was sent out was pretty much just for PICTOU County. And there was a lot of uproar about Malaya saying on the news about how she had friends contacting her that had heard through friends and social media that the kids were missing. And that's why she wanted an Amber Alert. And people were like, oh, she just, doesn't want to have to tell people. And it was like, well, no, if she's having people message her asking if it's her kids, it's because they hadn't received the alert. And I didn't receive any alerts at all. And I'm in Nova Scotia. So this gives you an idea on why the Amber Alert system needs to change.
This one
so
is, yeah. This one.
At 6 p.m., the RCMP deployed dogs, drones, and air support. Then we have the May 3rd. We're heading into the evening of May 3rd. So we know that the search carried on through that night. And for some reason, I don't have the time that, let me just check something.
Hold on 1 second.
Yes, because at around 12:30 that night, because they searched through they searched through the first night, the whole night. At 12:30 approximately, they found the star on the bridge.
Yeah.
And
It's cold in here.
I believe it was further on that night that they found the footprints. It was through the night that they were found.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that Malaya stayed up with her family, wasn't able to sleep much that night. And after talking to her mother, she called the RCMP at 12:45 a.m. to suggest that the kids could have been with Cody. And she didn't hear anything back. The message was passed on to Constable Askew. And at 12:57, she sent a second message to Constable Askew to ask if Cody had been contacted, because she thought it was possible that Cody could have taken the kids to New Brunswick. She had a friend / psychic tell her that, and her mom kind of pushed that as well, saying that it was possible. Was it possible that Cody could have taken them? Because the kids at that point hadn't been found, and everyone sort of.
We want to go over the polygraph stuff with that too.
Yes, I think that's important. So at 3:30 a.m., the police showed up at Belinda's home to talk to Cody. So Cody was there at 3:30 a.m. And Belinda was there.
Yes, guys, please hit that like, share, and subscribe for the video, please. Thank you so much.
And I'm going to leave it at 7:57 a.m. The public was advised to stay out of the woods by the RCMP. So Saturday morning at 7:57 a.m., the public was advised to stay out of the woods. But family members were still allowed to go and search. But Belinda said that when she arrived there on Saturday with her sister, the police did tell her not to search sort of beyond the property. And she was just she had said to Malaya, like, they're your kids, you know them, where would they go? And they sort of searched the little fort area and around the areas that had previously been like the bullseye area. So just within the bullseye, she had searched. And if you saw our previous video about the search map, then you'll know what I mean by the bullseye. But yes, do you want to go over the documents about the polygraphs? Because again, like every time we read the polygraph or read the documents, we find something else. Like this, we kind of have already seen, but something stood out a bit more than usual.
Yeah, I'm trying to find this picture of inside the house.
Did Kelly send you that picture of the blanket?
Yeah, she did. I'm going to pull that up too, but I'm trying to find the picture inside the house that was taken that day. And I cannot find it anywhere now.
Is it of like the counters covered with like bags and groceries and like stuff like that?
There's one like that, and there's one of the couch. It specifically has the couch in it. So if anybody has that photo where it's like inside of the trailer and it has the couch, and then there was either a blanket or a boot or something. I think it was a blanket. It was on the couch and it had like a toy on there. I cannot find it anywhere, and I know I've seen it. I know
that there was an AI video that came out in the beginning. Like there was one particular channel that was putting out a lot of content and still does. And I think that's where the boot under the couch story came from. And then it was pushed. The trailer should have been sealed off and the RV whole property, but no, let everyone in to destroy all the evidence and hide what may have been forgotten. Yeah, Marie, I think that was a mistake that was made. The problem is, like, I think that initially the local RCMP were very much under the impression that this was the kids had just wandered off into the woods, right? And I do agree 100% that things need to change. Anytime a child goes missing, it needs to be treated as a crime scene from the moment they arrive.
Absolutely. Well, they said it was like they were treating it as one, but it didn't seem like that in the beginning, right?
If Belinda was able to get there on Saturday, and this is going by Belinda and no one else, was able to go into the home, notice that it was a crapshoot, and search, then it wasn't being treated as a crime scene. Which is why all those people coming up and down the driveway, how they were able to determine that there was one boot print in that one area. Like there must have been many boot prints. And then you look at the driveway and, you know, how was there only one boot print?
Absolutely. That makes no sense. And why did the boot print stories change so many times? First, there was one found, or boot prints found 10 feet in the backyard. Then you had the one on the pipeline, but they were saying it was from a man that was out there, a small man working on the pipeline. Like, what the heck, right? And then there was, what the heck was it? Then you had the one with Janie. She said in her video, her news video, she said, this is the only one. Like, what does that even mean?
Yes, and Daniel said in the beginning that there was boot prints found 10 feet behind the trailer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's something going on that night, guys. There's definitely something going on Thursday night. I want to do some giveaways real quick before we go on to the polygraphs, if you guys don't mind. I want to give away some, hold on one second. So I'm going to give some members, give me just 1 second. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second. Can you do this? Hold on. All right, I'm going to send out 5 memberships, guys. Make sure that you are subscribed. So you receive a membership. Geez, can't talk today. All right. Give everybody a minute to subscribe, and I'm going to send them out. Give me 1 second. Let me buy this. All right. There we go. Let's see. Did it go through? Yes, there we go. All right. Who got the memberships? Let's see. I was like seeing. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It should have been nobody allowed in there. It doesn't say on here. Oh, maybe it says on here. Let me look. Let me look and see who got the memberships. It's not showing on there. Who received the memberships? Let's see.
Maine says, not me.
I seen it go out. Thank you, Kelly. Wait, hold on. I seen it go out. Who received the memberships? Because I seen it go out. I just didn't see it. Because in this chat right here, it's in chat. Okay. Welcome, 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 welcome. Whoever received those. Yeah, for some reason it doesn't show. We can see them. See, I can't see it on my end with StreamYard. I could see where I put it, but it won't allow me to. Here, 1 second, guys. Let's do that. All right. Yeah, thank you, guys. We are going to go over the polygraphs now. And I want to see if you guys notice anything when we go over the polygraphs. Gosh, it is so cold in here. It's stupid not to treat it as a crime scene. Yeah, and that's the thing, Women's Warrior, because they even said that it was a criminal, right? And that's why they did all of this. So it wouldn't, now they're not saying it's criminal. They said that, and that's why they did all the polygraphs and stuff. So it just doesn't make sense. All right, guys, let me pull these up. Give me a sec. All right, this is our docs here. All right. I'm not going to read I'm just going to read the first name of who gave the polygraphs, right? So May 12th, this was 10 days after Jack and Lilly went missing, right? This is Daniel's. Daniel took a polygraph in Bible Hill at the RCMP detachment, right? And it was conducted by Sergeant Rose. The following is a summary of the polygraph examination. Sergeant Rose said the analysis of the polygraph tracings associated to Daniel's polygraph examination procedure indicated he was truthful when he answered no to the following questions. There was only 4, right? And then, remember, I just want to take you back for a minute. I want to take you back. So, remember Daniel kept saying, I want new polygraph people to come in. Remember he said that when the dogs were coming out? Do you remember that? Why?
And he wanted more people polygraphed as well.
Yeah, but if they're saying he passed, hey, Jules, if they're saying he passed his polygraph, then why does he want to take it again? That makes no sense. But the thing is, the only one that says they passed was Cody, right? This one just says truthful. This just says truthful. It doesn't say passed. Here's Malaya's. Malaya underwent the polygraph examination at the same place, right? In Bible Hill, but it was conducted by Sergeant Daw. The following is hers. So it says Sergeant Daw stated Malaya willingly agreed to undergo a polygraph examination in relation to this investigation in an effort to eliminate her as a suspect in causing her children's disappearance and possible murder. She was found to have been truthful when answering 4 questions. Right? Truthful. I'm going to go down. Where's this part? Oh. At this point in the investigation, Jack and Lily's disappearance is not believed to be criminal in nature. I do not have reasonable grounds to believe a criminal offense has occurred. Because Jack and Lilly are still missing, polygraph examinations were conducted with the intention of ruling out that possibility. Now I want you to listen to this one. On May 3rd, Legay met with Cody, which is Jack and Lily's biological father. This is the following summary. Legay met with Cody Sullivan at his residence, right? Cody said he had not seen Jack and Lilly in 3 years and confirmed they were not with him. And then it goes on to say another corporal, I can't even pronounce his last name, I apologize, asked another Conlanen, I guess, to speak with Cody again because a tip had been received that he was seen in a hotel by a hotel employee in New Brunswick with Jack and Lilly. And Conlon obtained photographs of Cody and his vehicles, right? Anyways, it goes on to say Cody's residence and confirmed he was there at home. Cody agreed to be photographed and allowed the vehicles on the property to be photographed as well, right? And it goes on to say 2 statements were obtained by Brian Ward. This is the bus driver. Now, the bus driver was never polygraphed, right?
I'm going to step out for a bit.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
My kids are going to be coming through the door any minute.
Oh, shoot, what time is it? Oh, okay. Let me finish up with this. I'm like tasting coffee in my mouth because I haven't had it yet today. Isn't that weird? All right, so, okay, Brian Ward was never, let me remove her. I don't think Brian Ward was ever polygraphed, was he? Who even knows that Cody looks like? Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see. Where is the polygraph part? We were just reading it. This thing is all over the places. Yeah, this talks about the bus driver here. I'm going to actually read this real quick. Hold on. So this would be the bus driver, right? So on May 2nd and May 14th, 2 statements were obtained by Brian Ward, who is Jack and Lily's bus driver. The following is a summary. Lilly and Jack were at school Tuesday when their stepfather, Daniel, took them off the bus at 2:42 p.m. There was no school on Wednesday, and they were not at school on Thursday and Friday. It was the normal routine for Malay or Daniel to take the children off the bus because Jack was buckled in and needed to be unbuckled as the drivers were not allowed to do it. Do you find that weird? That's weird to me. Like, so Lilly doesn't need to be unbuckled? Like, I don't understand. Jack can't get his little buckle off? I'm so confused. Why does Jack need to be unbuckled, but Lilly doesn't? Like, he should be able to get the buckle off, right? Like, I don't understand that. It's just weird. Yeah, I still know. Yeah, I agree, Mariska. Being in Florida, there was a oh, sorry. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry, I was just reading something. All right. It goes on to say the buses have video surveillance. He pulled the video and dropped it off at the bus depot. And then he goes on to say he found out Lilly and Jack were missing from his daughter and went to help with the search on Friday and over the weekend. This is a statement from the teacher. Now, it's very covered up. As if you remember, I believe that the teacher was the one who photographed the children with the black eyes and with the bruises. Right, guys? Patriot Girl, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I always talk to her through the email and stuff. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you very much, my dear. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey, Wolfie, by the way, I'm back in messenger jail until 12 tomorrow. What? Again? Dang, Jules, what are you doing? Yeah, Mariska, I just find it very weird that on Cody's it says past, and on like Malaya's and Daniel's and so it says truthful. And I'm like, that's just weird. It's just very strange. I don't know why they didn't put all the polygraphs in one section and then it's all chopped up. But I want to read this part to you with the teacher. I think it's interesting. So the teacher, and this talks about the officer took a statement from Nancy Gallant, Jack and Lilly's teacher. The following is a summary of what she said. I'm pretty sure this says that she had taken pictures and stuff of different things because I know what's been said there. It goes, the teacher never met Malaya, but spoke with her. She was polite in conversation. How on earth do you not meet your children's teacher? Why? That's weird. Isn't that weird to you guys? How have you not met your child's teacher? Unless you're like, that just doesn't make sense. That's so odd. Okay. Oh yeah. What's the difference between truthful and past, Jules? Do you know? Well, I would ask Daniel. I want to know the name of the canine handler who was meeting him. It was, I know who it is because there was only 2 that came out. I'll send you the information if you want. Narc was one of the canines, and oh my God, they're both like black German Shepherds. Bad Jules. I believe they're witnesses, but people are afraid that I agree. I think so too. I think people are afraid to come out and talk. That's why we always say, see something, say something. Don't feel like you're being a rat. Don't feel like you're, you know what I mean? Say something. It's 2 little kids. Come on, guys. Like, seriously? And I know people are probably like, well, I have a family and I have kids too. I don't want to put my nose in it. But what would you want? God forbid something happened to your children. What would you want someone to stay quiet and not say something? Right? No, you wouldn't. You'd want someone to come out and speak out. There's been too many freaking games going on in this case. It's ridiculous. Well, there's a lot of games going on in all these cases, but this is ridiculous. I was forwarded the contact info for one of the canine handlers reaching out tomorrow. Thanks, Jules. Did Jack have an EA? What's that mean? Well, I mean, I know what EA means, but no one come forward. But yeah, it's just crazy. All right. Yeah, this is, so she said, Glant asked Malaya about the children's father, talking about the teacher asked Malaya about Cody, right? Malaya said he did not have contact with them, probably since October 21st. They were marked absent by Malaya by email on Thursday and Friday on the week they went missing because of illness. Well, we were just told that Lily had a cough. On May 5th, This is Patty. Now, this goes on to Patty Pearson, Malaya's grandmother. She said the following. Patty said she last saw Jack and Lilly when they came to visit. She was not sure of the date, but said it was earlier in the week, 1 or 2 weeks before, which is, we were told it was Wednesday. So I think maybe the wording got screwed up here. It might have been like 1 or 2 days before they went missing is what was supposedly, you know what I mean? Like, it just sounds like there was wording error there, maybe. She goes on to say when they came over, Daniel stayed in the car and Malaya did laundry, right? Malaya and Daniel left to take Meadow to an appointment, and Malaya might have gotten groceries. Remember, she went to Walmart, but she couldn't remember if she took the children or not. Well, we were told that Malaya and family all went to Walmart, right? All went to the store, and Malaya got like a vape for Daniel and stuff like that. So the thing is, Daniel staying in the car while Malaya's doing all that laundry. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy, right? I don't know, guys. Like, I don't know why there hasn't been. Yeah, you know, and if you know something, you can call an anonymous tip. Absolutely. I just, you know, if you're listening today and you know something, you can call an anonymous tip. And if you feel like they can trace your phone number, if somebody's going to find out, or if you've been threatened, go to the library. You can't be tracked there. You can send in a tip that way. Go use a phone at the gas station, right? There's 2 children missing, and you'd want that help. If this ever happened to you, just think about it, God forbid, you know, but you'd want someone to come out and say something. This case has gone on far too long. 7 months today. Ridiculous. Let's see. Okay, here's Ron's, guys. Here's Ron's. So remember I was talking about Ron earlier. We were asking what time, if Ron came over and stuff. So on May 8th, right, Ron McKenzie spoke with Janie, his sister, at 8:48 on May 2nd to see if she wanted to go into town with him. He said Janie said no. He said he'd call Janie again at 10:19. And she told him Jack and Lilly were missing. He went to Janie's place a few minutes after that. So, okay. All right, there's our answer. So 10:19, he called Janie, and then a few minutes later, he arrived at the house where Jack and Lilly disappeared, right? So probably around like 10:25, Ron McKenzie, Janie's brother, was there, right? There's our answer, because I know we were talking about it before. Ouch. Janie goes on to say, and she told him that Jack and Lilly were missing. He went to Janie's house a few minutes after that, so about 10:25. Let me write this down because we need to add that to the timeline. 10:25, Ron. Okay. All right, he goes on to say, then to a neighbor's to tell them what was going on. I wonder what neighbor he went to. So he went to a neighbor's, maybe his brother, you think? Do you think he went to his brother's house, like Wayne or something, or his other brother's house that lives in the area? Hi, Ash, good to see you. To tell them, like, what's going on? What do you guys think? So he just went to a neighbor's. Like, which neighbor do you think he went to? I'm curious. I am curious. Yeah, this is Uncle Ron. Okay. Where is it at? So he went to the neighbors first, right? Then he went to town with his mother after that and came back around 1:30 p.m. He got word he could go into the woods when he came back, so he searched for a little while. That's why I said 1:30, you guys. 1:30. So basically, remember when Daniel got done searching, like at first around that 10 o'clock or whatever, he ran up into the woods to search the kids' cabins and ran back into the house, grabbed his keys, took Malia's Jeep, right? Or Pathfinder, excuse me, and went to search down by Landsdowne Station Road, or Landsdowne Road, Landsdowne Station Road, back up the 289. When he got back, the police were there. That was 10:27. So from 10:27 to 1:30, they weren't allowed to search. That's only 2 hours. Geez, that's not that long. Or 3 hours. 3 hours, excuse me. So basically 3 hours. And then they were all allowed to go back out and search. That's crazy. All right. It goes on to say the children have been to his house once, and he last saw them on April 19th as at his daughter's birthday party at the fire hall. So April 19th. He last seen them. Wow. All right, it goes on to say, this is Edmund now. Now we're going to Edmund. Hey, Shan, did you hear what I was just saying about Ron McKenzie? Oh.
There I am.
You were just in chat. I thought you were just in chat, and then I see your face right there. I was, oh my God.
Which part about that? The last time he saw them was at his daughter's. Yeah.
No.
And I wondered if that was Logan's.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was just
what?
wondering that too. So, okay, so he showed up around 10:25 that morning to Janie's on May 2nd. Remember how we were talking about earlier? Yeah, whichever
Yeah.
he doesn't. So about, you want to put that in your timeline? So 10:25, he showed up to Janie's. Here, I'm going to read it over for you so you can see it. Right here. So Ron McKenzie spoke with his sister at 8:48 on May 2nd to see if she wanted to go into town with him. Janie said no. He said he called Janie again at 10:19 a.m. She told him Jack and Lilly were missing. He went to Janie's place a few minutes later after that. So around 10:25-ish, I guess. Then he proceeded to a neighbor's house to tell them what was going on. He then went to town with his mother after that and came back around 1:30. He got word he could go into the woods when he came back so he could search. And it says the children have been to his house once on April 19th at the fire hall.
So,
Oh, I noticed that,
When-
Mazda. Yeah.
so remember when Daniel said that he came. Oh, you're gone. Where'd you go?
I'm listening.
Oh.
I just had
so Dan- Yeah, so Daniel had said at one point that he came out of the woods and Ron was already there with his mom. And the RCMP had told him he couldn't go back into the woods, so he went walking with them.
Yeah.
So was that at 10:25 he went walking with them? Because he said he went to, and Ron said he went to a neighbor's and then went to town.
Damn, that wasn't that much time. Jeez.
Another weird ass scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to get off here though. I have to run up to the store before my other live. Yeah, it is. Ron went to get his 4-wheeler, then to Brad's to tell him the kids were missing. Oh, did he go to Brad's to let him know? Is Brad still in here? Sometimes he just listens, and it is so cold in here right now. I don't know why I have 2 heaters on. Stupid. Yeah, that could be, Michelle.
I wonder. See, Brad doesn't like any of them.
Oh, Brad stated that, or his wife. Okay, thank you, Marie. I appreciate you.
So I'm curious if why Ron would have gone to Brad's to tell him, unless this is one of the reasons why Brad doesn't like any of them.
Huh.
Only he can answer that.
Yeah.
No, I don't either, Bonnie. But I'm just wondering. I'm wondering which neighbor it was, because, like, would it be because all of his family are his neighbors? So you've got Earl, who's his immediate neighbor, who would be Daniel's dad, but you would have thought he would have been messaged or called. You've got his brothers, Harvey and Wayne. We know who the other neighbors are, but none of them have ever been brought up in the documents.
It makes you wonder if, yeah, I know that's weird. It makes you wonder if Daniel actually went to his dad's that morning to see if the children went that way. Like if he's seen the kids, if he's seen Jack and Lily. Yeah, Brad went
Immediately, the blanket was located on the way there. 2 Earls. Not saying he planted it, I'm just saying conveniently. Speculation, in my opinion, don't sue me.
I would say passed if they passed. Truthful isn't a lie because it means some questions were answered. Yeah, there you go. So Jules said, I've given a few in my past career. I would say passed if they passed. Truthful isn't a lie because it means some questions were answered truthfully.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were reading into it, is that it's all what we don't see, And I know it was different polygraph examiners, but why would they word it so differently for the 2? Like, it was the same person who was compiling the information, like transcribing it.
Hold on. And why would they just skip? They should have put it all together too. This is so annoying. Like, sorry, but it is. Okay, this is the remotely aircraft system. Conducted a drone search of the area. So this is how much they searched, guys. I mean, they searched a lot of water and stuff, right? Like, underwater recovery team checked bodies of water in the area of Jack and Lily's residence. This is a summary. Went to the area, checked the following. 3 ponds were checked. The area of the campground and park near Jack and Lily's house. The boat was placed, all 3 ponds. And if they used sonar to confirm, there was nothing in the lake. There was a pond that was easily not accessible, that they could not put the boat in, but it was searched, right? On May 9th, they went to Landsdowne Lake, because I know they were there on the first day. They used sonar to check the lake, and nothing was located. Whoa. Where did it go? Why did it move? I'm literally reading, and it moved. Jesus. There it is. They checked all these areas they believe were very easily accessible to the small children, it says. And then it goes on to say Mugford launched RPAs, right, from 1407. which is Jack and Lily's home, and began initial searches utilizing both live camera feeds and thermal imaging feeds of nearby swamp and waterways adjacent to the property. Continued grid searches of the area contained between Landsdowne Road and Gairloch and Landsdowne Lake. And it talks about 0.5 kilometer, I can never say that word. I don't know why. Kilometers. There you go. North of the residence. It goes on to say the search included a low altitude hover over Landsdowne Lake, performing 360-degree scan of the lake's water edges. The results in the lake were negative. And then it goes on to say it was down due to a battery. I remember that battery depletion. It was at nighttime. I remember that. The RPA, because the Department of Natural Resources helicopter, the RCMP helicopter operator, were all carrying out aerial patrols. Mugford did not carry out any further flights. And then it talks about the vehicle patrols on Landsdowne Road between Gairloch and Montreal Road. Oh, I want to look that up. Gairloch Road and Montreal Road.
Yeah, Mike X did a little video on Montreal Road as well. And I just say thank you to Anna who bought me some coffee. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to head out because I want to go to Taco Bell and stuff before the snow starts again, guys. It's looking pretty dark outside right now again. Oh, the roads look clean though. That's good.
It's snowing here. I wonder if tomorrow is going to be a snow day.
Snow day. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I'm going to look more through these documents tonight. What time is my other live? Kind of sick to my stomach because I haven't eaten today, so I need to go get something. But guys, I appreciate all of you hanging out with us today, and thank you, Shan, for coming on and reading the timeline. You are awesome. I will be live later on Summer Wells' case. I should be anyways. If I feel a little bit better, my stomach's really hurting from not eating. So if not, then I'll do it tomorrow. But I'm going to gift 5 more memberships as well. So hi Al, good to see you. But please make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe. Both channels. Support Shan. She's trying to grow her channel as well. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I know. I need to go get some. I feel sick to my stomach. I haven't eaten anything all day. Oh, and it's kind of like icky feeling, you know? Makes me, I don't like that feeling.
Go get some food. You've got a long evening of streaming ahead of you.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelly, for sending that information. Yeah, if you guys are listening and you hear, or if you see that photo, I know it was an AI. I know it was a picture of inside their house. I know for a fact it was. But I do know that Janie didn't want any pictures of inside the trailer being shown. So if you guys see that picture with the couch, it wasn't a boot. I think it was a blanket and a teddy bear or a toy sitting on the couch. If you guys see that, will you send it to me? Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Yeah, I just feel sicky. I get lightheaded and stuff. I don't eat. Like acid reflux, you know? It's gross. But, oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to go get a coffee, too. I'm like, I need something to stay awake. But I drink a coffee like this freaking big. It's already late in the day, though, so. All right, guys. I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to do a Summer Wells later on, most likely. This is just crazy with this case, too. Shan, if you have time, join in on that. Or listen at least.
I'm going to get some dinner going and have some food myself, and I will join you at some point.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much for hanging out.
My pleasure. Drive safe. Yo quiero Taco Bell.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. Yeah. All right. Have a good night, girl. Thank you so much.
Okay, see you later.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. All right. So we're at 7 months. Still no answers for Jack and Lilly, you guys. Justice for Jack and Lilly, justice for all these children that are missing. We won't stop until there's answers. We will keep digging into these documents, digging into text, trying to put everything together. And hopefully it will lead to answers. If you know something, say something. If you feel threatened, if you're scared, go to a library, go to your local gas station where you can just make it an anonymous tip. That could be the tip that finds out what happened to Jack and Lilly. So, all right, guys, I will see you here in a couple hours. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, I'm going right now. Taco Bell and Dunkin' for a coffee. All right, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Good night.